my name is Sharon Farber and I'm a massage therapist, healer, artist, and medium. This is the 8th video in my series, Everything You Want to Know About Mediumship. This is information I usually tell people when they come to me for a reading, but it'll also apply when you go to see any medium anywhere. First of all, don't give out any information about yourself to the medium, and specifically about your loved ones in spirit. The less they know, the better able they will be to give you evidential information validating that they're really connecting to your loved ones in spirit. This applies during the reading also. They might ask you questions like I do, like, do you understand who that is? Does this information make sense? Yes, no responses are best. Or you might say, I'm not sure, I'll have to check, and that's fine. Don't add, yeah, that's my great uncle and he lived to be 103 and I have his old car. Less is better. Next, clarify what kind of reading you're going to get. This should be done when you book the appointment before you show up to get the reading. Are you getting specifically a mediumship reading, which is all about connecting with your loved ones in spirit? Or are you also getting a reading that's going to involve psychic information about your past, present, and future? I once went to what was supposed to be an hour mediumship reading, and the medium asked me for my birthday and the birthday of my husband so she could talk about our astrological charts. That is not what I was expecting, and I didn't think of saying, is this going to be all mediumship and not anything else? But that's something that you should do because now you know that you should. If you're just going for a mediumship reading, it should be all about connecting with your loved ones in spirit. Next, if you decide that there's somebody coming through in the reading, you can choose not to connect with them. There might be somebody that you did not like and you're not comfortable with. It's possible they're coming through out of love. They might want forgiveness, they might want closure to make things better, and that's fine. But if you are not interested in connecting with them, you have the choice about whether or not you do, and you can tell the medium, I don't want to connect with them, tell them to leave. The medium will have them leave. I've only had to do this once in a group reading when a woman didn't want to connect with her sister-in-law. But know that that is your option. You don't need to be able to understand every fragment of information that the medium gives you. It's possible that they're going to tell you 6 or 7 items of information about your loved one in spirit, and if you feel like that sounds like someone you know, but 1 or 2 things are off, that's okay. Tell the medium what you can understand. An ethical medium will say, no, this person really has to be this way, and that's the way I'm seeing them, and it must be somebody else. Or they can fine-tune, tell me what you can take, and they go with what information resonates. They bring the person in closer, and then they get you your really hardcore evidence so that you know who your person is. The spirit people generally come in closer with stronger connections once they're claimed. Even if you say, I think I know who that might be, or I know 2 people who it might be. That helps raise the energy, it gets them excited and encouraged to come closer, and it'll help the flow of your reading. Think outside the box when you're trying to figure out who somebody is in a reading and it's not one of your nearest and dearest loved ones. People often come for a reading and they expect to hear from mom, dad, best friend, the people that are closest to them. And sometimes they'll be focusing just on them, which might make it more difficult to be open to figuring out who's coming through that you weren't expecting. People sometimes come, the nearest and dearest often come through, but people often come through that you don't expect. It might be somebody that you didn't like very much, you didn't know them very well, you might not be positive that they're even in spirit. Well, think outside of the box. Friends, parents, friends, kids of your friends, your old high school teacher, your college professor. Just kind of be open-minded. Often I will give a description and I'll keep going and they don't understand who it is. And finally they say, I know who that is, or I know somebody who fits all that information, but why would they come through? And they reluctantly claim everything I said about the person, and we don't know. They could be coming through because they like you more than you like them. You might be important to them for some reason. Keep in mind that your ancestors, who might have passed when you were a young child, a baby, or even before you were born, can follow your progress and know you well even though you never met them. The point is, if you can recognize and acknowledge the people coming through, even if they are not your nearest and dearest loved ones, it helps the energy of the reading. They might have some important information for you. They might help to usher in somebody who's more important to you. So even if they're not somebody you were hoping to hear from, it would be beneficial for you to be patient and respectful during the communication with them, and then hopefully the medium will move on to somebody more important to you. Spirit people can come through and present in a reading at any age they want. This is most usually an issue with old people. A lot of old people will show up looking like an 80 or 90-year-old person, which is very easy. You describe them, you know who they are. Sometimes old people will choose to present themselves at an age when they were healthier, straighter, more attractive, and possibly when they had a more intimate relationship with you, or how they want you to remember them. The old people who often choose to present younger are often the ones who had a difficult time when they were older, possibly with a debilitating illness. When the old people present younger, you need to recognize them based on their personality, memories, and other evidence as opposed to the way they look. I know when I'm giving a reading and I see a younger person, someone in their 20s, 30s, 40s, maybe 50s, I will often be able to say, I feel like this person passed at a young age. Maybe there was an illness or an accident at a younger time. And with the older people, sometimes they're so good at presenting how they look, and they can trick the medium. Not really tricking, they just really present so much like a healthy 50-year-old. I can't tell whether it's an old person presenting at 50 or somebody who passed at 50, and you need to help us figure that out. Don't panic if live people show up in your mediumship reading. There are several reasons this happens, and there's no need for you to go run out and make sure that your live person has not passed into the spirit world. I will tell you several reasons and more information about why live people sometimes show up in mediumship readings in my next video or in one of the next videos. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe to my channel, like, and comment. Thank you very much.